OMG, Freya? Are you there? Hey, I'm trying to talk to you right now.
I'm sorry, what is it? What do you want to talk about, Lucy?
What took you so long to get back to me, huh? If I text you, you should respond to me in no more than a minute. That's just common courtesy. I mean, are we friends that go way back, or aren't we? It really is the least you can do.
I'm sorry, Lucy, but some of us have jobs and don't have time to stare at our phones all day. I'm more than happy to talk to you, but you have to be patient.
I don't care about what lame excuse you have. Just get back to me right away when I text you.
Are you going to tell me what it is you want?
What do you mean, what do I want?
I mean, did you message me just to tell me to respond to you quickly, or did you have something you actually wanted to tell me about?
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Is it true that you and Jackson are going to be getting married?
I take it that you received our wedding invitation then?
I did, yeah. And then I went to your mom to ask her just what kind of guy this Jackson fellow really is. But is it true that he makes almost $150,000 just working freelance?
Wait a second. You started looking into my husband before you even came to me to talk about him?
I also heard that he's really handsome. So basically, you have a really rich, sexy, freelance fiancé. Just what kind of work does he actually do to earn money like that? Do you have any pictures of him? Tell me what kind of girl he likes.
Those are all rather personal questions about him that I don't feel comfortable answering.
Oh, come on. Are you seriously going to shut me down like that?
Well, could you at least pretend like the reason you want to see a photo of him isn't because you heard he was handsome?
So you admit it, and now you're just going to try and hide him from me. That's so mean.
If you want to learn about him, I guess you'll just have to wait for the wedding and reception to learn a little more about him.
Well, what's the difference if I learn about him now or later? Just hurry up and tell me what I want to know about him.
Look, I'm not going to have this conversation like this, alright? I'm really busy planning for the wedding and don't have time for this. Please only message me if it's some kind of emergency, okay?
I can't believe you, Freya. I thought that you and I were still friends after all this time. Oh no! I can't believe this! I can't believe that I slept in!
You slept in? What do you mean?
I mean that I'm hopping on the bus right now!
Oh, I was wondering when you were going to show up. Were you really just sleeping in? Well, we're about to start the lunch, so you might still be able to make it for that.
Oh man, so I already missed so much of it, and here I was wanting to take my time and see what kind of men were going to be there.
Lucy, can you please not use my wedding for a chance to pick up men?
Oh, Freya, even though you're getting married, you're still so naive. I'm not coming to pick up men. I'm coming to find the man who instantly falls head over heels in love with me. Even if that man happens to be Jackson.
And just what does my fiancé have to do with any of those?
Well, I warned what might happen if you didn't show me a picture of Jackson, so whatever comes next is your fault.
You better not even think about trying to make a pass at Jackson. Got it?
Oh, I'm so scared. And just what do you think Jackson would think if he knew this is how you talk to people in private?
All I'm asking of you is not to cause a scene at my wedding, okay?
Whatever you say, Freya. Whatever you say. Hey, Freya! I thought of some more questions that I just had to ask you. I just really want to see what your fiancé looks like. I don't want to have to wait another week for the wedding. So just show me a picture of him now. And you should probably think about showing him a picture of me as well. It would just be awful for your fiancé to suddenly see me at his wedding and fall in love since I'm so much prettier than you. I feel like you'd save yourself a lot of trouble if you just did what I said. In fact, you might want to think about just preparing yourself to be let down on your wedding day. What if Jackson and I lock eyes and in that moment realize that we're meant for each other? I know it's not guaranteed, but it's more likely than you think. So just show me a picture of him and make sure to show him a picture of me too. I'll be waiting. Hey, you have got some serious explaining to do, Freya. Jackson is totally my type. I'm sure that him and I are destined to be together. And you guys are still in the middle of your lunch, right? But Jackson's waiting outside the hall? I guess this is my chance. Time to see if Jackson is my soulmate.
What the heck are all these messages, Lucy? I'm just reading all of them right now. And you weren't even at my wedding. So what are you talking about?
Well, it's just that I was right. It turns out that Jackson and I are soulmates. So I took your husband and ran off with him.
No, seriously. What are you even talking about?
There's no use in trying to stop us. We already did it.
Excuse me? I have no idea what any of this is about.
I mean that I found Jackson outside of the banquet room. Took him to the bathroom and him and I did it there.
That's not what I mean. I don't understand what you're saying because Jackson is right here with me.
Come on now. You're gonna have to come up with a better lie than that. How are you going to pretend like your husband didn't ditch you in the middle of your wedding?
I'm not pretending anything. The wedding went as planned and without a hitch. The ceremony is over, and I invited some of the guests over to my parents for another small gathering.
I don't get why you're trying to trick me like this when I already know none of that is true. Anyways, you might hear from me at some point in the future. But for the time being, I think you and I need some space from each other.
Lucy, I really don't think that you know what's going on right now.
It's too late. Your man is already mine.
I seriously think you're making a mistake here. Lucy! You made a huge mistake! Do you even realize what you've done? You didn't sleep with my fiancé! You didn't sleep with Jackson! There was another wedding going on in the same venue as ours, and that's the groom who you slept with! Have your parents not reached out to tell you any of this? Things are going crazy over here, so go to your parents' place and talk to them! You're not even reading my messages. Did you block me or something? Lucy, I'm serious. This is really bad.
Freya, are you there? I really need your help. Please? Why are you suing Jackson and I? Are we really going to have to pay all the cancellation fees for your wedding? Can't you just forgive us as old friends and a former fiancé? I know that you're not really this vengeful of a person, so please, just make it all stop.
Wow, Lucy, I'm surprised to be hearing from you. But just what are you wanting my help with?
What do you mean? Didn't you just send me this letter letting me know that you're going to be suing me for ruining your wedding?
I did not, actually. Did you even read where that letter was sent from?
But who else could it be from? It has to be you.
You mean you didn't even check to see who it's from? At least do that before reaching out to me.
Okay, hold on. Wait, who the heck is Lizzie?
I imagine that Lizzie is probably the former fiancé of the man you stole on my wedding day.
Wait, what do you mean?
Did you even read any of the messages that I tried to send you the night of my wedding?
I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
I sent you a message explaining how there were 2 weddings happening, mine and one other. you stole the groom from the other wedding, not mine. And I'm assuming that this Lizzie woman was the one who was going to marry whoever this guy of yours is.
Wait, hold on a second. This doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I'm assuming that even their jobs are different, right? Because I already told you that Jackson makes his money working as a freelance. What does your man do for a living?
Well, he just stays at home all day, so I assumed that meant he was a freelance. Working freelance means that you do everything from home, right?
Are you really telling me you've been with this man for 6 whole months and haven't realized you got the wrong person?
Well, I've just been out working so much these past 6 months. Jackson told me that he didn't have any money since it all went into the wedding, and that we'd both have to work for a while.
I really can't believe you let yourself be tricked into dating a complete stranger for a whole half a year.
No, you aren't right. This is all just some kind of prank or something.
Why don't you go and ask your Jackson for the truth then?
Fine, I will. I don't believe it! Their names are completely different!
I take it that you finally checked on what this mystery man's name actually is?
I thought that I'd seen his driver's license at least once, but I can't actually remember.
I don't believe you. How you could go through all the trouble of trying to steal someone's fiancé and then not even make sure you had the right guy? And here I thought you two were soulmates.
But I really did think I had the right person.
Well, anyways, since you stole this other woman's man, I think she's well within her right to punish the two of you. Just don't come crying to me about it. It's not my problem.
You can't actually mean that, right?
I think that maybe you should just actually read through that letter you got and make sure you have all the details before you make another move.
Well, I tried reaching out to my parents before you, but I think they might have changed their numbers and I can't get a hold of them.
Your parents sold their house and moved a while back.
Wait, what?
And your dad quit his job too.
But why? Why would they do that without telling me?
Well, they felt so guilty for what you did that when this other woman managed to track them down, they agreed to pay for the private investigator who she hired to track you two down. But it took so long to find you both that they burned through all their savings and finally had to sell their house.
So then, where are they? What's happened to their home?
I don't know. I just know that they sold their house and moved. But I don't know their new address or even what their numbers are now.
Well, then you're the only one who could help me now.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's all your fault if you think about it. You never told me there were 2 weddings that day, so you kind of owe me, don't you think?
You know, I didn't even want to invite you to my wedding in the first place.
What are you talking about, Freya?
I mean that ever since we were in school together, you're always trying to steal boyfriends from other girls. In fact, the only reason I invited you was because our parents used to be close business partners, and I didn't want to risk hurting those ties. But then you had the nerve to try and use that chance to steal my fiancé from me.
Freya, please! You know this has all just been a big misunderstanding. You have to forgive me. I really had no idea what I was getting myself into at all. Please, you have to listen to me.
So, if you want to talk about responsibility, why don't you go look in a mirror first? But don't you come begging to me for help, because at the end of the day, Jackson, the real Jackson, that is, and I, have nothing to do with any of this. If you want help, you're barking up the wrong tree. You got yourself into this mess, and now you're going to have to get yourself out of it.
Freya, please don't be like this. I'm so sorry.
I don't care. Don't come to me for help with problems that you got yourself into. And don't even cause trouble for my family again, or I will call the police.
So you're really not going to help me at all?
Goodbye, Lucy. It turns out that Lucy and this other guy had actually gone to courthouse to get married. And yet, somehow, she still hadn't learned his name. But after being served with a lawsuit, the two of them decided to divorce. As part of the settlement, Lucy was offered a job at a factory belonging to the woman whose fiancé she stole's parents. She had no choice but to take it in order to help her pay down her legal fees. Not only that, but I heard part of the deal was that Lucy would have to live in the company's dorms with an ankle bracelet and have her every move carefully watched by her bosses. I only hope that this serves as a good lesson for Lucy, if she ever manages to free herself from all that debt. As for Jackson and I, we really weren't all that affected by any of Lucy's antic, since she had the wrong guy from the very beginning. I remember that Jackson had told me he thought I was worried too much when I said that I didn't want to invite Lucy, but he quickly realized how narrowly he had dodged a bullet. Throughout all of this, however, the ones I feel most sorry for are Lucy's parents. They were never able to tame Lucy's wild spirit when she was a student, and it's clear she took the same attitude she had then into adulthood. Although, when I told Lucy that I didn't know where her parents had moved to, or how to contact them, that was a lie. They had asked me to keep that a secret from Lucy, in case she ever showed up again. Instead, even though they lost their business, my parents found work for them at a branch company near their new house. It was the least they felt they could do for such old business partners.
Sarah, I'm sorry. I feel terrible. You know I didn't mean to take your boyfriend. It just kinda happened that way. But the guy I fell in love with turned out to be your boyfriend. Now I can't do anything about it. I'm in love, and that's all that matters.
You're kidding, right? You knew very well he was my boyfriend and you took him. I doubt you feel sorry at all.
No, I swear I didn't. And besides, you guys were sneaking around as if it was a big secret. As if you didn't want anyone to know.
Well, that's not true. We weren't trying to keep it a secret. Most of my friends knew. I just didn't see the need to broadcast it to the world. But the fact is that you stole him. I heard you bragging to someone on the phone about how easy it was.
You shouldn't eavesdrop on people's conversations then. That's just not cool, Sarah.
What are you talking about? Stealing a friend's boyfriend is way worse. You can't even compare the two.
If you ask me, you and Liam were a total mismatch anyway. He was the student president and the most popular guy on campus, and for someone like you to have him all to yourself was just wrong.
Hey, we went to high school together. He was my study partner, and we both busted our butts studying for the SATs. I don't think we could have done it without each other. And just before college, he was the one who asked me out, not the other way around.
That's because he was still a kid. He didn't know anything about the big wide world. He still hadn't met someone like me. From the minute he set foot on campus, he had his sights set on me. And why wouldn't he? And the girls all noticed him. He was such a catch, and clever too. Not just a pretty face, but the brains to back it up.
Yeah, see? You knew what you were doing. You made your move from the very start. Every time we were out for dinner, you'd make it so you'd be sitting next to him. I should have realized he was the only one you were bringing little treats for. Looking back, it's all so clear now.
So you noticed, and yet you still got your boyfriend stolen. You really were pretty naive back then.
I was always telling Liam to look out for people like you, but it didn't stop you forcing your way between us.
Sarah, you've only got yourself to blame. But Liam is with me now, so try and stay away. He'll be busy looking for a job soon anyway, so I doubt you'll even see him around.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll make life miserable for you if you start trying to hook up with him again. Just try it and see what happens.
Make my life miserable? You'd really do something like that.
You bet. I'll make it so bad you'll probably never be able to work in this town. How would you like that?
You'd go that far?
I'm just protecting what's mine. Got it. Wake up and stop being such an idiot, Sarah. Hopefully you've learned something from all this. Be good, and maybe I'll invite you to our wedding.
Sorry, Sarah. You ignore all my messages and that's it? Just sorry? It's Ashley. She told me not to have anything to do with you. She gets angry every time your name is mentioned. You were juggling both of us all along, weren't you? Just tell me. I can take it. When did you start seeing her? From the winter of our sophomore year. Remember your dad wasn't well and you went home to help out? We had a New Year's party for those of us who weren't going home for the holidays. Ashley and I have been together since then. Since then? I had no idea. I'm sorry, Sarah. I wanted to tell you, but I could never pluck up the courage. To tell the truth, I could never choose between the two of you, so I just strung you both along. Choose between us? Listen to yourself. Why Ashley anyway? What makes her so special that you chose her? Ashley gets things done. She's a real force. She seems to know exactly what she wants. I kinda just got swept up in it. You know how indecisive I am. She's really good for me. I've got so many big life choices to make. It's driving me crazy, but Ashley just tells me which options I should take and which companies I should apply for. I always wanted to hear your ideas on things. I respected your opinions. You know I'm not good at that sort of thing. It was actually all Ashley's doing that I ran for student president. You know I wouldn't have been able to do that on my own. I kinda need her to tell me what to do. Well, it's not like we were engaged or anything. We were only boyfriend and girlfriend. I just wanted to hear it was over from you. It was Ashley that insisted I told you. You know I'm hopeless at that sort of thing. I thought I was your girlfriend. When I think that it was Ashley who orchestrated the whole thing, it really hurts. It sucks that you were doing this via text message. You had no intention of telling me what was really going on, did you? I'm sorry, Sarah. She won't let me talk to you. She ordered me to stay away from you. If it wasn't for that damn Ashley, you probably never would have had the courage to tell me. Oh well, I guess that's all part of being a college student. It's a big campus, so I probably won't run into you. I guess. So, that's it then. See ya. It's just that. I know Ashley will be furious, but I just can't bear to think that I'll never see you again. I can't just finish things like this. After all, we've been together since high school. Isn't it a little too much to ask to cheat on me and then still want to be friends? Yeah, I suppose. She'll hit the roof if she finds out you are still contacting me. You know what she's like. It won't be pretty. Let's just both go our own ways, okay? Yeah, sorry. You don't have to apologize anymore. It's okay. So long, Liam. It was nice knowing you. Good luck with everything. And Ashley.
Hi, Sarah. Long time no chat. How have you been? I don't think we've spoken since graduation. Why don't you ever come to reunions? Everyone always asks after you.
Work has been really busy. Yeah, long time, Ashley. How have you been?
Are you sure you're not just using work as an excuse? It's only been a couple of years since college. No one gets that busy that quickly. You probably just didn't want to be in the same room as Liam and I. Still too soon.
Liam was a long time ago. I've genuinely been really swamped with work. So, to what do I deserve the pleasure of you texting me tonight?
Well, Sarah, actually, Liam and I are engaged.
Oh, congrats.
That's it? Congrats?
What were you expecting?
I don't know, maybe a little more excitement. Are you going to have a big wedding? I'd love to be there. How did he propose? Have you thought about a honeymoon? That sort of thing. You know, where did he buy the ring? You must be bursting with questions.
Nah, not interested. Sorry.
Oh, come on, Sarah!
Ashley, I really don't want to say this, but he cheated on me. He was two-timing me with you. In the end, I came out of it without a boyfriend. So what makes you think I have the slightest interest in what you two are up to?
I just wanted you to see how happy I am. I suppose that might be reason enough for you to feel a little down.
So you just thought you'd send me a message to let me know?
I'm just saying, I'm really happy.
You seem like you have a lot of time on your hands.
Hell no! I'm working like crazy making arrangements for the wedding. We're having a huge wedding with loads of people. I'm so busy, I quit work so I could devote myself to the planning.
Is that right?
Yeah, but it's okay. Liam makes so much money, it's not like we needed the extra salary. The original plan was for me to be a full-time homemaker anyway.
So you took time out of your busy planning to rub my nose in it? Have you really got nothing better to do, Ashley?
Like I keep telling you, Sarah, it's no easy task arranging such a big wedding event. I don't even have time to sit down, I'm so busy.
I'm thrilled everything is working out for you. Now, goodbye.
Hang on a second! I haven't even gotten around to the main reason I'm texting you.
Real reason? You're not just trying to show off?
No! I need your address so I can send you an invitation.
Invitation to what?
What have I just been talking to you about? My wedding, of course, silly.
I won't be going, so don't waste the nice paper.
Sarah! You've got to come. We don't need a present. Just come. After graduation, Liam landed a great job in a huge corporation. The bosses love him, so he's been getting enormous bonuses.
I really don't care, Ashley.
I'm just saying, we don't need any presents. Just come, Sarah. You can come and eat and drink on us. Lots of the old group from college will be there.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be like a little reunion. So come, as long as you don't still have feelings for Liam.
That's all in the past, Ashley.
Okay, so you'll come?
I'll have to check my schedule.
It's not for another 4 months, on the second Saturday.
Oh, well, let's see. I seem to be free on that day.
Excellent! I'm doing the seating arrangements now. I'll put you at the table closest to the bride and groom. The tables I reserved for best friends. You can see how gorgeous I look in my dress and how handsome Liam is in his tuxedo.
I suppose it would be a good chance to catch up with those guys from college. I'll give it some thought.
Some thought. It's decided. Write it in your calendar now. I imagine you finished college and ended up in a boring office job. Having something to look forward to like our wedding might spice up your life a bit.
You think?
Yeah! And there'll be some great food. Stuff you've probably never tried before. The place we booked is known for its gourmet meals. We've spared no expense, so you really don't want to miss it.
How kind of you.
Yeah, as I said, you don't have to bring anything. Think of it as a payment for taking Liam away from you. It's not like you were engaged or anything, though. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Sarah. You won't outshine me, but if you do yourself up a bit, you never know. You might meet someone. Someone from Liam's company, perhaps.
Ashley, what's going on?
Sarah, you've arrived?
I'm here with some of the other guests. We just went in. Tell me what's going on.
I can't believe you actually came. Liam dropped you for me and you actually showed up at our wedding. I told you I saved a special seat for you. I saved a tiny plastic kid's chair just for you. That suits a loser like you perfectly.
I was invited by the groom, actually.
What? Liam invited you? That can't be right. Don't be ridiculous. It was me that invited you.
No, it was Liam. The invitation clearly stated, Ashley and I cordially invite you and your partner. It was a lovely invitation, by the way. You weren't exaggerating when you said you'd spared no expense.
Partner?
Yep. So we're going to need another plastic chair for my husband.
Your husband? You got married? I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, on New Year's, actually. Happily married.
I had no idea.
We were both so busy we didn't have time for a ceremony. It looks like we'll be able to get away this summer, though. We're planning a small ceremony in Hawaii for close friends and family.
Hawaii? Don't you think that's going too far for someone like you? Sounds like a bit much. I can't imagine your husband being up to much. What is he? Some run-of-the-mill, low-paid pencil pusher?
You really have your head in the clouds, don't you? I'd expect you to at least know a bit about the president of the company your precious Liam works for.
Liam's company... the president?
Well, I suppose officially he's the president-in-waiting, but you get the drift.
What do you mean?
You were bragging about Liam's boss really liking him, right? That boss is my husband, Damien. You must have missed the part about him having gotten married. To me.
I don't know what to say.
I was losing my mind towards the end of college. I didn't know what to do, so I started my own business out of desperation. I was trying to expand my business and met my husband at a young business leaders meeting.
Business leaders? Your own company? And you're the president?
That's right, I guess. Actually, first I met Damien's father. That's Liam's company's current president, by the way. And we became friends. He started giving me all kinds of business advice. Then he introduced me to his son.
So, you married the president's son? Does that kind of thing even happen?
It would appear so. I have to tell you, I was really surprised when Damien got the invite from Liam.
I can't believe this is happening.
Didn't you see our names side by side on the guest list? I kept my maiden name for business reasons. It was all there on the list for you to see.
I only did the list for my guests. The wedding planner took care of the rest. This sucks. I arranged the whole thing to make an idiot out of you. I told the planner the plastic chair was for the entertainment.
Well, that's too bad.
I was looking forward to seeing you sitting in that little chair. The gourmet food and you on a little children's chair would have been such a scene.
Wasn't stealing my boyfriend then bragging to me about how happy you were enough? You've just hurt yourself by doing this, you know, Ashley.
The plan was to see you squirm. Right from day one, I built Liam up so I could crush you. I had the whole thing planned.
All for what?
I wanted to see the shame on your face as you sat in that chair.
You really can't be helped, can you? I think you need to sit down and have a good long talk with Liam.
Why would I take your advice? What do we have to talk about?
Damien and I are leaving. It looks like your friends from college are too. There are going to be quite a few empty chairs at the Friends of the Bride table.
You're leaving?
Enjoy the reception. Thanks for the invite, Ashley. Bye-bye now.
Sarah, you've got to help me. Come back. Please.
What's up, Ashley? Me and some of the guys from college are just heading out for drinks.
When you left, you took everyone that knows you, too. My half of the guest list is gone, along with all of Liam's colleagues. Liam's so angry, he's ripped up the marriage registration papers. I'm left here with just my parents.
What did you expect? You've disrespected Liam's boss and his wife. It serves you right. What were you thinking with that plastic chair stunt? Of course Liam won't want to marry someone who stoops to that level.
It was just a little prank. I wanted to see your face, that's all.
Well, everyone who didn't think it was funny left. You need to grow up, Ashley.
It was just a joke. No, all the food is going to go to waste.
We aren't kids anymore, Ashley. You can't do things like that to people.
What did I do? Unless I fix this, Liam's going to leave me for sure.
It sure looks that way, yes. I imagine he'll be ashamed to show his face at work after your stunt. Poor Liam.
I didn't mean for it to turn out like this.
I bet. If only I'd gone on my own, you'd possibly have gotten away with it. It wouldn't have blown up in your face.
Oh God, my parents have disowned me. My father swore at me and said he didn't think he'd raised such an idiot of a daughter. Liam is furious and the staff here won't help me. Oh, what should I do? It's all gone to hell over a silly little plastic chair.
It's not just the chair, Ashley. You've disrespected everyone you know and more. It's inexcusable. You've tried to embarrass me in front of everyone. All because you had a personal grudge since college.
Liam told me to pay for the whole thing myself. I quit my job to plan this. I don't have a cent to my name. I can't do it on my own. You've gotta help me, Sarah.
It serves you right.
Sarah, your husband is in line to be the next CEO, right? He must be loaded. You guys are planning to have your wedding in Hawaii, you said, right? Come on, Sarah. Lend me some money.
That's not going to happen. This time you've got to fix it yourself. Don't ask me for help. Or anyone for that matter. It's your mess. You fix it. I wash my hands of you, once and for all.
I'm a friend in need.
That boat sailed a long time ago. I haven't thought of you as a friend for over 3 years. Right. I'm off out with the guys from college. I still haven't introduced my husband.
Wait a minute, Sarah. I'm sorry for the kids' chair. I'll get a proper seat for you. The food is going to be amazing. Come back. I've worked so hard since college for this. Don't ruin it for me.
Apparently, after that disastrous wedding event, Ashley and Liam broke up. The plastic chair incident was soon talked about throughout his company. He's ashamed to show his face around the office. Rumor has it, Ashley borrowed a lot of money to pay for the wedding ceremony, and now she's having to work non-stop to repay the loans.